Welcome to my channel. In this video, you're going to learn about the different laws of exponents. Now, let's have a short review about expression in exponential form. So I have here x squared. X squared means x times x. Thus, this exponent tells us how many times the base is multiplied. Okay, so now if I have x squared times x cubed, that it means that is x squared is x times x cubed is equal to x times x times x. And now, I have now in exponential form that is x to the fifth power. Now, it means that x squared times x cubed is equal to x to the fifth power. So how I'm gonna do that instead of doing this expanded form? Is simply copy the base and add the exponent, 2 plus 3. And that is equal to x to the fifth power. Now, if I have now 2 raised to the third power or 2 cubed times 2 cubed, it means I am no longer going to do it like this. Instead, I'm just going to copy the base and add the exponent because the result will be the same. And this is the shortest way. So 2 raised to the sixth power. Now, if you want to try this, you can pause the video. So I have here y to the sixth power times y to the second power, or y squared times y to the seventh power. So I'm just going to copy the base and add all the exponents. So 6 plus 2, that is 8, plus 7, that is equal to 15. So therefore, my answer is y to the 15th power. So now, in general, if I have a raised to m times a raised to n, so I have here the same base a, that is equal to a, just copy that base and add the exponent. So m plus n. That is what we call the product rule for exponents. Now, what about if I have the quantity x squared raised to the third power or cube? It means this is the base and this is the exponent. Okay? Now, what does exponent means? Exponent tells how many times the base is multiplied, which means that the base x squared, we're going to multiply that 3 times. And now, it means that in applying the product rule, which we have here, if we are multiplying the same base, we're just going to copy the base and add the exponent. So therefore, just copy x and 2 plus 2 plus 2, that is equal to 6. So x to the sixth power. Now, what about if this 3 is 10 or 20? It's hard to do it like this, right? Now, instead of doing that, since we know that the answer is x raised to the sixth power, we can simply get that x to the sixth power by simply multiplying 2 times 3. Copy the base, x, and then multiply the two exponents, 2 times 3, that is equal to 6. So that is x to the sixth power. So you're not going to expand this anymore. Now, if I have y cubed raised to another power, which is 8, my answer is y, 3 times 8, that is 24. So y to the 24th power. Which means that if I have the quantity a raised to m raised to another power n, that is equal to a times or raised to m times n. Okay, simply multiply this to exponents here. That is multiplication. So it's easy, right? That is what we call the power of a power rule. Now I have here the quantity xy raised to the third power. It means this is the base and this is the exponent. And in expanded form, that is xy times xy times xy. Now, applying now the product rule, which is multiplying the same base here, x times x, that is equal to x cubed. Understood there is 1, exponent here 1 and 1. Same thing with y, that is y cubed. It means now that the quantity xy raised to the third power is equal to x cubed y cubed. Now, how are we going to do that without expanding this? By simply, understood there is 1 here, by just multiplying the exponent of x to 3, the outside exponent, that is equal to 3. 1 times 3. Same with y, 1 times 3, and that is 3. So now, if I have the quantity AB raised to n, look at this one. This is a product. That is equal to A raised to n times B raised to n. So what are going to do? Whatever the exponents here, multiply that with the exponent outside. Same thing here. Okay? So that is what we call the power of a product rule. So now, if I have the quantity 3x squared raised to the third power, I'm no longer going to expand like this. Instead, the shortest way is simply 3, understood there is 1, multiply to 3 here outside, that is 3 raised to the third power. For x, just copy the base x and multiply 2 times 3. That is equal to 6. So I have now 3 raised to the third power times x to the sixth power. Now if I want to simplify 3 raised to the third power, that is equal to 27. 3 times 3, 9. Times 3, 27. X to the sixth power. So that is the final answer if you want to simplify. Now, do you want to try this? I have here 3 variables. We have x, y, and z. So what's the answer? Okay, so that is x to the 10th power times y to the 20th power times z to the 15th power. So simply multiply 2 times 5, that is 10. 4 times 5, that is 20. For z, we have 3 times 5, that is 15. So I have here x to the 5th power divided by x to the 2nd power. So we are dividing. Now, again, just following what the exponent tells us, it means that the numerator, since it is raised to the 5th power, it means that we can expand this by multiplying x 5 times. Okay? And divided by the denominator, that is x squared, means x times x. So now, we can cancel this too. So what we have left, now in the numerator, understood there is 1. There is always a factor of 1 in each part here. So it means that that is x times x, or that is equal to x cubed divided by 1, or simply x cubed. Now, is there any other way to find x cubed by just looking at this given here? Look at this. You remember, we subtract 2. Here, we canceled 2x here, which means that x divided by x squared, or x to the 5th power divided by x to the 2nd power, is simply equal to x cubed. And that is by subtracting the exponent. X, copy the base, 5 minus 2, that is equal to x cubed. So now, that's another law of exponents for quotient. It means that if we have a raised to m divided by a raised to n, they have the same base. What we're going to do is simply copy the base and subtract the exponent, that is m minus n. The exponent of the numerator minus the exponent of the denominator. That is the quotient rule for exponents. Now, I have 2 raised to the third power or 2 cubed divided by 2 cubed, and that is equal to what? If we are going to apply the quotient rule, it means that is copy the base and then subtract the exponent, so 3 minus 3. What is 3 minus 3? That is equal to 0. So 2 raised to 0. Is there any value for a number raised to 0? Let's see. If you want to expand 2 cubed divided by 2 cubed, 2 cubed means 2 times 2 times 2, right? And that is equal to 8. And 8 divided by 8, that is equal to 1. Which means that 2 raised to 0 is equal to 1. So any number raised to 0 now is equal to 1. Because by applying the quotient rule, you can see here that if they are the same, then we're going to subtract the exponent that is equal to 0. So regardless of what number here, if I have x to the fourth power divided by x to the fourth power, 4 minus 4, that is still raised to 0. So x raised to 0. Okay, so now a raised to 0 therefore is equal to 1. A is any number. And that is now what we call the zero rule for exponent. So now we have the, how many rules already, or how many laws do we have now? We have the product rule, the power rule, the product of a power rule, the quotient rule, and the zero rule. I have here the quantity x to the fifth power divided by y squared. And then they are raised to the another power, which is 3. Now it means this is the base and this is the exponent 3. Now it means that we can multiply the base 3 times. X to the fifth power divided by y squared, then another one, 3 times. That's what the exponent tells us about. And now applying the product rule that we have learned, that is copy the base, because we are multiplying here, and add the exponent. So therefore, that is x to the 15th power. Same thing with the denominator, copy the base y and add the exponent, so that is 6. So in short, this one, we can simply find the final answer, which is x to the 15th power divided by y to the 6th power by simply multiplying the exponent inside to the exponent outside. So 5 times 3, that is 15. And 2 times 3, that is 6. So you are not going to do this anymore. This is the shortest way. So now, if I have a over b, and that is raised to n, or the quantity a over b raised to n, simply I can just distribute the exponent. Understood there is 1 here, so I'm going to multiply the exponent here to the exponent outside, that is 1 times n, that is n, divided by b, same thing, understood there is 1 times n, that is n, so over b raised to n. And that is what we call the power of a quotient rule. So now, if I have here 2 to the third power divided by 3 to the second power, you notice the bases here are not the same. Same thing here. That's why we can't simplify it a while ago. So here, what we're going to do, if they are raised again to another power 2, so we can just distribute this 2 or 3 times 2, that is 6. And we have here 2 times 2, that is 4. So copy the base 3 and multiply the exponents. So 2 times 2. Now, if you want to simplify, 2 to the 6th power means multiplying 2 6 times, and that is equal to 64. And 3 4 times, multiplying it, that is equal to 81. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, share my videos, and please like if you like it. Bye!